Very good morning to all of you. Now coming to next lecture, microwave tubes. In previous lecture we have seen diodes, microwave diodes, that is gun diode, impact diode, and Schottky barrier diode, pin diode, and microwave transistor. Those are your active components, right? Now coming to next lecture, that is microwave tubes. Next topic, that is microwave tube. Now tube is nothing but it contains, at one side it contains cathode and at another side it contains anode, right? Now at this cathode electrons are generated and this electron travel along this tube and collected at anode, right? Now this we call it as tube, right? Now tube is here, tube you know meaning, right? At one side we will connect a cathode and at another side we will connect anode, right? Now we will have electron gun also, through which the beam of electrons are generated, and that beam of electrons which are generated travels along this tube and collected at anode cavity. That we call it as, this is the basic operation under your microwave tube, right? Now let us see what are the different types of microwave tubes which are there under your syllabus. One is klystron tube, and another one is traveling wave TWT, that is traveling wave tube, and another one you have is magnetron, right? These are the three different types of tubes that are there under your syllabus. One is klystron tube. Under this you have two cavity klystron, and next you have multi cavity klystron, and next you have reflex klystron. And TWT, it is an amplifier. It will amplify the signal, right? Whatever the signal that we want to amplify, that is given as input, right? And that signal gets amplified and collected at your anode cavity. And magnetron, it is oscillator. Now coming to klystron, you have two cavity klystron, multi cavity klystron. Now these two are amplifiers. Two cavity and multi cavity are amplifiers, and reflex klystron is oscillator, right? Now amplifier is, it will amplify the signal by giving by whatever the signal, weak RF signal gets amplified at your output. And the amplifiers are two cavity klystron, multi cavity klystron, and TWT. And you have reflex klystron and magnetron. These two are oscillator. Now without giving any RF input, you will generate the output signal, right? Now this is about microwave tubes, basic information about microwave tube. So it contains, you have linear beam tubes, vacuum tubes, you have different tubes, right? Like linear beam tubes, vacuum tubes, you know the tube, you know meaning of the tube. And this tube, along this tube the electron gets travel, along this tube the electron will travel from cathode to anode, right? At one side it contains cathode, right, and an electron gun through which the beam of electrons are generated. Now once the beam of electrons are generated, those beam of electron travels along this tube and those are collected at your anode cavity. This is the basic information about microwave tube. All klystron, TWT, magnetron contains tube, right? Those through which you can through which the electrons travels from cathode to anode, right? In your syllabus you have two klystron, TWT, and magnetron. Under klystron you have a amplifier, two cavity klystron and multi cavity klystron amplifiers, and reflex klystron is your oscillator, right? Now this reflex klystron is one of your experiment. Characteristics of reflex klystron is one of your experiment under your lab, right? And next you have traveling wave tube, which is an amplifier for amplification of RF input signal, and magnetron is an oscillator, right? You know microwave oven, right? That oven uses magnetron for generation of microwave signal, right? Now reflex klystron, magnetron are oscillators, and two cavity, multi cavity, and TWT are amplifiers. Now let us see one by one. Now coming to first klystron. Under klystron you have two cavity klystron, multi cavity klystron, and reflex klystron, right? Now coming to first part under your klystron, that is two cavity klystron. Now what it is an amplifier signal. Two cavity klystron is an amplifier signal. Now this is the structure of two cavity klystron. If you see, this is your tube, that's why it is called, it comes under the category of microwave tube, through which electron travels from cathode to anode, right? Now let me describe all this. Now this is the structure of two cavity klystron. Now this is your electron gun. This is your electron gun through which the beam of electrons are generated. Now this is the electron gun through which the beam of electrons are generated, and this electron gun is connected to negative terminal of battery, right? Negative terminal of battery, right? Now this beam of electrons are generated, those will travel along this tube, right? Now here you have this, we call it as cavity. Cavity is nothing but closed structure. This we call it as cavity. And here you have two cavities. One is input cavity. Why it is called input cavity? Because whatever the signal that we want to amplify, is given as through this cavity RF input. RF input is nothing but whatever the signal that we want to amplify is given through this part. That's why it is called input cavity. And input, it is also called as buncher cavity, input cavity or buncher cavity. And through this we are collecting the output, which is an amplified signal, RF output. Now that's why it is called output cavity or catcher cavity. It is called output cavity or catcher cavity. It is called output cavity or catcher cavity. Now this is, you have two cavities, that's why it is called two cavity klystron. One is input cavity or buncher cavity, and another one is output cavity or catcher cavity, right? Now this is your collector, nothing but your anode, collector or anode, right? The electron gun internally contains the cathode, right? Now the electron travels from cathode to anode along this tube, right? Now the collector is connected to positive terminal of battery, right? Now the space between these two, we call it as grid, right? The space between these two, now let us represent it as gap A, and this gap I am representing it as gap B, right? Now the space between these two cavity is nothing but drift space. DS stands for drift space. The space between input cavity and output cavity, we call it as drift space, right? Now this is about the structure of two cavity klystron, which is used for amplification of signal, RF signal, right? Now this is about the structure. Now let us see its operation, how the signal is amplified, right, using this two cavity klystron. Now let us see, right? Now the electron gun is connected to negative terminal of battery. Now what happens? This electron gun will generate beam of electrons. This electron gun will generate beam of electrons. Continuously it will generate beam of electrons. Continuous electrons are generated from your electron gun, right? Now among that beam of electrons, now let us consider early electron, that is denoted by E suffix E, and another one is reference electron, and another one is late electron, right? Among that beam of electrons, continuously it will generate a stream of electrons or beam of electrons, right? Among that beam of electrons, now let us consider three electrons, right? The first one that is generated from your electron gun, that we call it as early electron. Early, the name itself indicates early. The first generated electron, we call it as early electron, and the last generated electron, we call it as late electron. And for the reference, we consider another electron, that is ER, right? Now among that stream or beam of electrons, right, it will continuously generate a beam of electrons. Now among that beam of electrons, now let us consider three electrons. One is first generated electron, that is early electron, and a reference electron, and another one is late electron, last generated electron from your electron gun, right? Now the signal that is to be amplified, whatever the signal that is to be amplified, is given through RF input, nothing but your sinusoidal signal, AC signal, right? Now this is your weak RF signal. Output you will get amplified signal like this. This is your weak RF signal, and output you will get amplified as this thing, you will get amplification of the signal. Now how this signal is getting converted to this signal? Nothing but amplification. How the amplification process occurs in this particular two cavity klystron, let us see, right? Now as I have said, now among that beam of electrons, let us consider three electron, that is early electron, reference electron and late electron. Now whatever the signal that we want to amplify, that is given as input through input cavity, right? We will give this RF, weak RF signal through input cavity. Now the beam of electrons are generated, right? Now consider early electron, reference electron and late electron. Now what happens here is, now for positive RF cycle, now for the only for positive RF cycle, now input is given through input cavity, right? Input is given through input cavity for the positive RF cycle. Now input is given through input cavity, right? Now input is given through input cavity. Now for the first half cycle, now let us consider for the first half cycle. Next we will consider for next negative half cycle, right? Now this is your input cavity through which you are giving RF signal, weak RF signal. Now for the positive RF signal, right, we are getting electrons, we are getting early electron, reference electron and late electron in this direction, right? It is traveling along this tube, right? It is traveling along this tube. Now what happens here is, it contains some capacity here. This is your input signal. Now this contains some capacity here in the direction of this thing. Now electric field strength will be in this direction, right? Now electric field strength is in this direction and electrons are also traveling in this direction. Now what happens to its velocity, right? Now what happens to its velocity? The electron is negatively charged. The electron is negatively charged. Hence the force acting on this electron, this particular electron, will be in the opposite direction of electric field strength, right? Now the electric field strength is in this direction and the force acting on these electrons will be in the opposite direction. Now the early electron will experience which force? Resistive force, right? Because of this opposite direction, now what happens to its velocity? Decreases, right? Its velocity decreases. That's the velocity of the early electron decreases, right? Now why? Because the electric field strength will be in this direction. Now since electron is negatively charged, the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of your electric field. That's why the electric field is in this direction and the force acting on the electron will be in this direction. Since it is in opposite direction, now the velocity of the early electron will decrease, right? Now during positive half cycle, right, early electron will experience resistive force. Nothing but it will decrease, it will experience resistive force because it is in opposite direction. Hence the velocity of the early electron is less, right? Now when positive half cycle is ending, now what happens is, we have next electron is reference electron, right? Now the reference, when positive half cycle is ending, now next we have reference electron and next we have late electron, right? When positive half cycle is ending, now this is your gap A, right? Now late electron will reach your gap A, that is your input, that is at your input cavity, right? Now what happens here for the negative? This is for your positive half cycle. Now next we have to go for negative half cycle. Now once the negative half cycle is there, now the electric field strength will be in this direction, right? Now the electric field strength will be in this direction. Now the force acting on this electron, EL, will reach at gap A. Now the force acting on this electron will be in the opposite direction of your electric field, that means this one, right? Hence the accelerating force on your late electron, right? Now early electron experiences accelerating force and late electron early electron experiences resistive force and late electron experiences accelerating force, right? Now once the accelerating force on your electron, now what happens to its velocity? VL increases, velocity of that late electron increases, right? Now the order of your velocity of the early electron, reference electron will be in this format. velocity of early electron is less than the velocity of reference electron, which is less than the velocity of late electron. This is the order of your velocity, right? Now this is, now early electron is experiencing resistive force, and hence its velocity decreases, right? With decreasing velocity it will travel along this tube, right? Now reference electron will have somewhat more velocity greater than this particular early electron. With that velocity it will travel along this tube, and late electron will arrive fast because it is experiencing accelerating force. Its velocity increases, right? Now these three electrons, right, these three electrons will arrive at your output cavity, right? Now here, now all these three electrons, I'm saying only about three electrons, right? Now all these three electrons will form as bunch at this gap B. Now all these electrons will form as bunch at gap B, right? And this bunch of electrons is received at your RF output, and this results in amplification of signals. Right? Now this is about how the signal is amplified in two cavity klystron, right? Now let me briefly explain again. Now structure, it contains electron gun, input cavity, output cavity. Whatever the signal that we want to amplify is given through this input cavity, and amplified signal is collected at your output cavity, right? Input cavity or buncher cavity both are same, output cavity or catcher cavity both are same. Now this electron gun is connected to negative terminal of battery, and collector is connected to positive, collector or anode is connected to positive terminal of battery, and the gap between these two grids, we call it as grids, that is gap A, and this we call it as gap B, and the space between these two cavities, input cavity and output cavity, is ds. Ds is nothing but drift space, right? Now this is about the structure, right? Right? Now what happens, electron gun is connected to negative terminal of battery. Now it is connected to negative terminal of battery. Now this electron gun, internally it contains cathode. Now it will generate beam of electrons, right? It will continuously generate electrons, generates electron. Now among that beam of electrons, right, now the main scenario here is to form the electron bunch. Once the electron bunch is formed, now that will result in amplification of signal, right? Now this, among that beam of electrons, now let us consider three electrons. One is early electron, reference electron, and late electron. The first electron that is generated from the electron gun, we call it as early electron, and the reference electron, and the last most generated electron from the electron gun, we call it as late electron, right? Now these electrons travel along this tube and collected at your anode, right? Now these electrons now whatever the input that we want to amplify, weak RF signal, is given at this particular point, right? Now because weak RF signal is is given through this input cavity, right? Now the electrons are generated and weak RF signal is given through this input cavity, right? Now it is your positive half cycle and negative, is AC signal, positive half cycle and negative half cycle. Now divide this into two parts, for positive side and negative side. Now first consider for positive half cycle. Now for the positive half cycle, now what happens here is, now this is your input cavity, right? Now the direction of the electric field strength will be in this, it will have a capacitance here, and the direction of electric field strength will be in this direction, right? Now the direction of electric field strength will be in this direction. Now electron is negatively charged, right? Electron is negatively charged, and the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field, since it is negatively charged, and the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field. Now electrons are traveling in this direction, and the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field. Electric field is also in this direction, and electrons are also traveling in this direction, right? Now the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field, that means in this direction, right? Now it will experience which force? Resistive force, right? It is in opposite direction, that's why it will experience resistive force. Now what happens to velocity of early electron? decreases because of the resistive force, because the force acting on the electron is in the opposite direction and it is experiencing resistive force, right? Because of that resistive force, the velocity of the early electron decreases, right? The velocity of the early electron decreases, and this occurs at your positive half cycle. Now by the ending of your positive half cycle, now EL reaches at your gap A. This is your first cavity. EL reaches at your gap A. Now what happens for the negative half cycle? For the negative half cycle, electric field will be in this direction. Electric field will be, for the negative half cycle, electric field will be in this direction. Now electron is negatively charged, right? Electron is negatively charged, right? Electron is negative, and the force acting on the electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field. Electric field is in this direction. Now what force action on this electron will be in this direction, and electron is also traveling in this direction. Now it experiences which force? Accelerating force. Now because of accelerating force, now what happens to velocity of late electron? Increases, right? Now that's why velocity of early electron, because it experiences resistive force because of the direction of electric field, right? And which is less than the velocity of reference electron, which is less than the velocity of late electron. Now these three electrons, not only these three electron, beam of electron, right? Now because of this variation in the velocity, they travel along this tube and collected as bunch at gap B. All velocities of your electrons are varying because of accelerating force and because of resistive force, right? Now because of that variation in the velocities of that electron, now all will reach at gap B. All will reach at gap B and they will form bunch. Bunch means group of electron. They will form bunch, and that will result in amplification of signal and collected at your RF output. Now this is the output which results in amplification of signal, right? Now this is about two cavity klystron, how the signal is amplified. See, first you have to form electron bunch that will result in amplification of signal, right? Now this is how the signal is amplified using two cavity klystron. Now let me explain this through applicate diagram. Applicate diagram is, see, this diagram will this diagram will have a clear idea of your two cavity klystron operation, right? Now let me draw first. Now this is your RF signal, RF input signal, positive half cycle and negative half cycle. This is your RF input signal that you want to amplify, right? Now consider now for the positive half cycle, right? Early electron, first electron followed by reference followed by late electron, right? Now these three electrons Now this is your applicate diagram of two cavity klystron amplifier. Now this will explain its operation completely, right? Now two cavity klystron, right? Input we are giving, whatever the input signal that we want to amplify is given through your input cavity, nothing but your at gap A, voltage at your gap A. Now this is your positive half cycle and negative half cycle, right? Now the positive half cycle will experience early electron followed by reference electron followed by late electron, right? Now during the positive half cycle, early electron will experience resistive force, right? Why? Because early electron is negatively charged, and the electric field and the force acting on this electric field will be in the opposite direction of the force acting on this electron will be in the opposite direction of electric field, right? That's why it will, direction is opposite, that's why you will get negative, that is resistive force, that's why its velocity decreases, right? Now coming to reference electron, right, it is somewhat, its velocity is somewhat greater than early electron, right? Now coming to late electron, during negative half cycle, right, the direction of force acting on the electron will be along the direction of flow of electron, because electric field will be in the reverse direction, right? Now because of that, this will have highest velocity, right? Now these three electrons, right, will form an electron bunch at gap B. These three electrons will form electron bunch at gap B, and this TL is the time taken by late electron to form electron bunch, and TR is the time taken by reference electron to form electron bunch, and time taken by early electron to form electron bunch, right? Now if you see this figure, as I have said, velocity of early electron is less than velocity of reference electron, which is less than velocity of late electron, because early electron will experience resistive force and this will experience accelerating force. Now if you see this figure, now the time taken by late electron, the time taken by late electron to form electron bunch is less than the time taken by reference electron to form electron bunch, which is less than the time taken by early electron to form electron bunch. TL is less than TR is less than T. You have to remember this variation, right? Now this is about two cavity klystron, right? Now coming to multi cavity klystron, right? Coming to multi cavity klystron. Now this is the structure of multi-cavity klystron, right? Now coming to next one, that is multi-cavity klystron. Now this is the structure, right? Till here is your two cavity. Only the difference is we are increasing number of cavities. The difference between two cavity and multi-cavity is we are increasing the number of cavities, right? Now here it is electron gun. The same thing here, it is electron gun. Electron gun is connected to negative terminal of battery, and this is your collector or anode. Now the collector is connected to positive terminal of battery, right? Now this electron will generate beam of electron. Now this is also for amplification of signal. It acts as amplifier, right? Now whatever the signal that we want to amplify is given as through RF output, right? Now this electron gun, now what happens? Now this is your RF output, right? Now this electron gun will form as a bunch and collected as output at your RF output, that will result in amplification of signal. Now why we are going for multi-cavity? See, gain of your two cavity is 10 to 20 dB only, right? Gain of your two cavity is 10 to 20 dB only. But if you want to increase its gain, right, if you want to increase its gain, these two cavities are to be connected in cascade, right? If you see this here, two cavities, it is till here is a two cavity klystron, and here it is one more two cavity klystron, right? We have to connect two cavity klystrons in cascade in order to increase its gain, right? Now generally we will prefer 4 cavity klystron amplifier whose gain is 50 dB, right? Whose gain is 50 dB. Generally we will prefer this multi cavity. Multi indicates m is equals to 4, n is equals to 4, which contains 4 cavities, right? Now this is about for your multi cavity. Operation is same, right? Operation is same. Only the difference between two cavity and multi cavity is there it contains two cavities and its gain is 10 to 20 dB only. If we want to increase its gain, right, if we want to increase its gain, we have to connect two cavity klystrons in cascade. If you see this here, two cavity klystrons are there which are connected in cascade connection. You know cascade, right? One circuit output is given as input to another circuit, right? If you connect that particular two cavity klystrons in cascade connection, you can increase its gain, right? Now generally we will prefer 4 cavity klystron amplifier. Now because of this, its gain increases from 20 dB to 50 dB. We can increase up to 30 dB. We can increase up to 30 dB. Now this is about multi-cavity klystron amplifier, which is used to increase its gain. Only the purpose is to gain. For that purpose, we are connecting two cavity klystrons in cascade connection. Output of one circuit is given as input to another circuit. Right now, this is about amplifiers under klystron tube. In next lecture, we will see oscillators of klystron tube.